Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Keegan. If you enjoy this review, be sure to hit the subscribe button and leave your opinions down there in the comment section. Justin Bieber changes. Justin Bieber, I mean, come on, everyone knows who Justin Bieber is. Canadian pop icon who really seems to be at the forefront of every single social media page whenever he does literally anything. And that seems to be no different with his musical career, which has been extremely hit or miss throughout the decade. In fact, I thought he blossomed on his previous album, Purpose, easily his best album, and showed a new, mature side to JB that we really haven't seen yet. This new album, his fifth and his first in 5 years, is called Changes, presumably because he's going to be changing something, whether it be his maturity again or changing himself due to his newfound marriage with Hailey, or maybe even his song structure or style of music. Who knows? Did this album actually happen to change anything about JB? Let's find out as I review this album track by track. We'll start off with the singles, with there only being 3 of them. The first one being Yummy, which, come on, everyone knows this song, and I'll upright admit it, this song sucks. The instrumental is lifeless, there's no remnants of emotion. It's mainly the skittering trap drum that drowns out these silky R&B synths in the background. I mean, Justin vocally is fine, but what he's singing about is definitely not fine. Come on, you got that yummy yum, that yummy yum, that yummy yummy. I mean, any maturity and growth on Purpose has actually just been thrown out the window at this point. And can you believe it, we're just at the first single. Sure, it is a love song, but God, you spend more time bragging about money and your cars than you do about your love life, which has never sounded right for JB. There is little to no redeeming quality of Yummy. It just makes me so mad, just get it out of my face, get it off my phone. The second single, Intentions, featuring Quavo, is the better single, hands down, no questions asked. This actually should have been released first and less people would have complained. The main thing that separates us from Yummy is that instrumental. While the only real difference is that those synths are a bit more prominent and bubbly, it feels like heaven in comparison. Justin actually blends in with them quite well, as he sings about loving this person and how they're gorgeous or whatever, just the usual stuff. Also, the line, "shout out to your mom and dad for making you," is incredibly cringy and corny. It's overly distracting and not in a good way. Come on, Justin, you can write better lyrics than that. Quavo also fits in here as well, much like he did on I'm the One. It just kinda works really well. An actually good song, I like it. And the third and final single, Forever, featuring Post Malone and Clever, sits right in that middle ground between the singles, as in, it's fine. It's harmless. The instrumental does have a nice punch to it, especially with that heavy synth, paired with the skittering trap drum. Justin works as well on the song. His flow on the chorus is a little bit awkward, however, but again, it's fine. Post Malone definitely sounds better over this song than Justin, with his quivering voice melding with this instrumental. And the other feature is Clever, who's a rather unknown American rapper until he was co-signed by Juice WRLD, and he has a little bit of a mumbling delivery much like Juice WRLD. His verse is rather short, but it's fine, and overall the song is just okay. Now for the rest of the tracks. All Around Me is a rather short 2 minutes. The beat never drops throughout the song, but it does have a rather soothing and relaxing, almost oriental-inspired tone to it. Lyrically, it's quite simple about how he wants this person all around him, and how they pay back the favor. It almost feels confrontational, with Justin also mentioning how he didn't think he could be loyal to someone other than himself. Despite it being nice, it is still just an opener, so I think I'll pass. Habitual really gives us the first taste of what Justin wanted this album to be, and that being a bit more of R&B. And you know, this is actually pretty okay. The instrumental is quite soft and very moody, definitely something an R&B singer would excel on. There are also these trap drums, but they're much less prominent than on most of the previous tracks. Justin actually does have the right tone to be great over an instrumental like this, and his falsetto really steals the show. Lyrically, he's singing about how his love started out with a moonlight kiss, and now they're getting through any season, any time. Nice song. It's a keeper. Come Around Me is yet again another R&B inspired song, but this time it has a slight pop edge to it with a more lively drum. However, the synths are next to identical, if not slightly toned down, and that trap drum is still there as well. Justin does not blend on this track this time. I think he needs to either be directly in pop or directly in R&B, never on the middle ground. His falsettos sound quite awkward and the chorus kind of feels unfinished. Lyrically, it's a very sultry song about how when she comes around, he wants her to treat him like she missed him. Kind of a boring song, not quite for me. Available is essentially the better version of Come Around Me. This track leans a slight bit closer towards pop music, especially regarding Justin's vocals. They feel a lot more suited towards pop radio. The instrumental is also more pop this time, with heavy bass and a less poignant trap drum. Lyrically, he's simply singing about how he's available, like the horny guy texting his girlfriend. How she's the one who started it, and him wanting her to come over, but not to speed. Regardless, it's still a good song. Running Over with Lil Dicky already makes me mad because there was supposed to be a ski mask verse over this, but we got Lil Dicky instead. Seriously? Anyway, the instrumental is quite perky and nice. There's nothing wrong with it. Justin sounds fine. I like his flow on the chorus as he sings about this girl running over him with her love. Lil Dicky is underwhelming. Also very stocky. Scrolling on this girl's Instagram for hours and also asking her what her skin routine is like. These are not charming things to say at all. This track is just meh. Take It Out On Me is much more of an R&B influenced song, especially with the drums not being the skittering trap drums we're all used to on this album. It also has a similar sense to Habitual, it's a tad bit more lively. The chorus is mainly just the title repeated over and over again, so again, it just feels like another incomplete chorus, but Justin's vocals are all quite nice and suited towards this instrumental. Lyrically, it's just about telling her to take out her anger on him, even going as far as hating him in the process. It's not a bad song. Second Emotion featuring Travis Scott is, unsurprisingly, a more rap-leaning song. First off, that skittering trap drum is back, and if you can't already tell, I'm starting to get sick of that at this point. Justin actually has a bit of a rap flow on the song, and it's fine. It's not the worst he's done, but also not the best. The biggest letdown is Travis, by far. His verse is so obviously and blatantly phoned in, it's just straight up bad. Very disappointing for Travis. He's been dropping a lot of garbage guest verses lately. Not a good song. Pass. Get Me featuring Kalani on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, unsurprisingly as well, is a more R&B focused track. The instrumental has a nice vibe to it, very light, harmless percussion, and nice moody synths. Justin sounds quite nice over this beat, especially with his softer delivery, and Kalani is, of course, great over this, and they actually have a surprising amount of chemistry. Lyrically, it's about how judging how this person opens up, they must understand them, and how that's such a surprise. Honestly, a welcome song, definitely one of the best here. ETA, which stands for Estimated Time of Arrival, almost feels like a ballad. It features a very reverb-enhanced guitar riff, and very moody, almost melancholic synths. Justin has a nice vocal performance on this track in particular. He really melds with the previously mentioned guitar, and his falsettos have a very nice chemistry with the beat. Lyrically, Justin's simply asking about this girl's ETA, especially since they've been in a long-distance relationship. Yet again, not a bad song. The title track, Changes, is a really short 2 minutes 15 seconds, but this is the actual ballad of this album. The song is strictly acoustic, no percussion at all, just Justin and a guitar. This is easily the best vocal performance given on the album. It sounds so sincere and authentic. Unfortunately, the la-da-das at the end of the track kinda ruin the authenticity. Lyrically, it's mainly about changing yourself for your partner, becoming what they want, becoming the best for them. It's fine, I just wish it was a bit more genuine and less la-da-das, thank you. Confirmation is a little bit of a change of pace from this album, especially regarding the instrumental. It has this, I want to say, gospel influence with this very elegant piano, heavenly graceful synths, and snaps instead of any percussion. Not to mention a very plucky guitar as well. Just melds in with this. His more mature delivery kinda just feels right at home. Lyrically, it's simply about taking time with this relationship and savoring every moment. No need to rush, they have the rest of their lives. Genuinely, this is another good song. That's What Love Is yet another purely acoustic track, led by solely a Latin-inspired guitar, and Justin's rather soulful delivery, and his falsettos are absolutely on point again. Lyrically, it seems to be about a long-distance relationship and how he can feel her despite not being able to touch her, which is presumably her presence, and how he's just certain that's what true love is. Really, not much else to say about this song aside from it's decent. At least for now, it feels like it would have been a very fitting closer. I mean, come on, it's got a very nice piano and Justin putting on a very nice vocal performance. In all honesty, in better words, a show-stopping performance. There's also a very muted guitar in the background, along with some sweeping synths that give the song a bit of a grandiose feeling. Lyrically, it's probably the most cryptic here, but what I can muster out of this is that this relationship seems to be failing, and he's trying to avoid disappointment by just turning the pages. Not a bad song by its own, but it would have been a great closer. And finally, the actual closer, a remix of Yummy by Summer Walker. Come on, taking the damn spotlight away from at least for now. The instrumental is still dead, Justin's still singing about you got that yummy yum. The only noticeable difference is Summer Walker taking the second verse, which, shocker, she actually handles the verse very well. She fits in quite well against the instrumental, singing about how she's got that yum. I genuinely hope this song goes away and there's no more remixes made. Oh, come on! Overall, this album is just underwhelming. I mean, I've heard JB handle R&B before, but this, I barely remember half the songs I listened to on this album. It all just kind of blended together, and that's not good for a musical artist as iconic as Justin is. I mean, talk about a step down from Purpose. Honestly, only 3 out of the 17 here I would bother to keep around. The rest just range from fine but forgettable to god-awful, and that's why I'm giving this album a 3.5 out of 10. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.